eating. We're recording. We're recording and you're still eating nuts.
You fucking set me up.
I did, you sucker. Welcome to the show. Hello, everyone. Hi.
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 You sound really normal and straight and everything. Mm-hmm. Oh, I stepped on a lid. Oh, hey, how are you guys doing? Hey, hello. Feels like we haven't recorded in forever because it's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since we recorded. We've been on a hiatus.
I mean, we did release the something each week, though.
We technically have not been on a hiatus, but we have been.
No.
So we're technically going to be on a hiatus again in the next 2 weeks.
Because we're recording 2 episodes this weekend. Because I'm moving, motherfuckers, and I got shit to do.
Yeah. I told Dave we could probably just skip a week. People do it all the time.
Nah. Did I tell you that I fucking recorded the video game segments already?
No.
Yeah, I got those done.
You didn't tell me shit.
Yeah, I got those done. So those are sitting in the can for when we need them down the road.
Ah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, welcome everyone. This is the Breakroom Bullshit. You know that. You're here. And
don't forget to follow us on Twitter.
Yeah. At what is it?
At Breakroom BS1.
Oh yeah.
At Breakroom BS and the number 1.
Yeah, you're right, dude. There's also our SoundCloud. How's that work?
You like this thing you're listening to us on Twitter? If you're not listening to us on SoundCloud, I would assume if you're on SoundCloud listening to us, you already know how to find us. But if you're on Twitter listening to this through our link,
which is probably what everyone does, except for Brooks.
Yeah, you could probably just go on SoundCloud and just type in like Breakroom B. Dude, you didn't put the thing on here.
That thing again where you whisper. What?
You didn't put the app thing on here. It's just at Breakroom BS, right?
No, it's just Breakroom BS is the page. It's not at.
It's
not Twitter.
Anything?
It's not Twitter.
Oh, I'm stupid.
10 episodes in and you just realized you
Is it Breakroom BS or Breakroom Bullshit on the thing? I can't remember.
Okay, if you're looking for just the page on SoundCloud that has all our stuff, the page is Breakroom BS. But you can search for the podcast by its name, which is Breakroom.
It's been 2 weeks. I forgot everything.
Yeah. It's been Breakroom Bullshit is the actual actual name of the podcast. So yeah.
So yeah, mention music.
Okay, so you're this isn't how that works. You're not getting one ever again.
This is why I'm not.
No more run sheets for Gable. What's this week? What are we doing? We're gonna do some news. What comics you doing this week?
Gwenpool number 1.
That sounds riveting.
Moon Knight number 1.
That sounds lame.
And this is not a comic, so I have nothing else.
Okay, yeah, let's move that closer. Move a little bit closer there. There we go. That's good.
I'm gonna move this. Everyone, cover their ears.
Yeah, but it's good. If it gets too far away from me, I guess it's probably still good.
You project. You're good at projecting.
Yeah,
I'm a little bitch.
Yeah, you really are. So you're doing those comics. We're gonna be doing. We're gonna review The Accountant, Max Steel, and our retro movie is gonna be Big Trouble in Little China, and. This week's top 5 is movie franchises, which we both struggled with.
Yeah, it was hard.
At first, I struggled to find some, then I struggled to pick 5 out of like 15 I had.
Dude, I was rough. I was trying to figure out what I liked more.
We can save that.
Yeah, I'll save it for later.
All right. So, the last episode, episode 9, all the people that listen probably got to hear the debut of our music.
Yeah,
and how awesome it was.
We have so many musics.
Yeah, so we are going.
Why aren't you guys sharing us? How is nobody sharing our link?
Yeah, share it.
If you like us, share us.
But what if no one likes us? That's why.
Oh,
touche.
I guess we figured out that problem.
Yeah, that's what that is. That's that issue. You know lots of things, Gable.
Let's do it.
You were saying it was already going.
God damn it. You can pause it and
we just
unpause it. It's bullshit.
We pause it to reflect on something real quick, and now we're done. But yeah, I'm sure everyone was impressed with our cool music. We had the epic Gable's comic review music, which was great.
Yeah.
It's some pretty nifty
little... Dude, that had to be my favorite music from all of that.
Yeah, the little gay music. Our news
Dave picked it all. Props to Dave.
Yeah.
Props to Dave for being awesome.
Yeah, I do a lot of work around here.
Yeah, Nymphomaniacs.
Yeah, what?
What?
Nymphomaniacs.
Moving on.
All right, so let's jump into our news. You want to go over some news?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's start with some news here. Our first news segment. I'm just kidding. Our first news segment.
Wait, when's the music played on?
Oh yeah, I fucked up. I'm glad we have you here. What? All right, and now let's get ready for some news. All right, and here we are with our news.
And let's do this. What you got off the front page there, Dave?
Our front page. Okay, this isn't really any sort of order.
In no order whatsoever.
Our front page article.
Well, aren't we starting with like Marvel or something, or? What?
Oh, I didn't put these in any order.
Yeah, well.
Oh, this is gonna get exciting. This is gonna be the first week we'll just do.
I had it in an order whenever I left it there.
Yeah, but remember I had to put them in order by date because I had to separate them.
You dick.
You motherfucker!
Let's do
I
it.
put all this work in here.
Let's
You just
fucking do
insult me. You should be blowing me.
Let's do this.
All right, the first, the Iron Fist trailer, and a cast member joins the Defenders.
Who's the cast member?
We'll see here in a minute. Netflix and Marvel's New York Comic Con panel took place, and at the end of the panel, it featured the biggest surprise of the night when the cast of the Netflix original series Marvel's The Defenders united on stage for the first time with Charlie Cox, Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones, Mike Coulter as Luke Cage, and and joined by Golden Globe winning and Oscar and Emmy nominated actress Sigourney Weaver.
What?
Yes,
what?
Sigourney Weaver joined them on stage. She's going to be playing the villain in Marvel's Defenders.
I'm pumped.
So when I was like, "Who's the villain?" and you're like, "Kingpin."
It's not Kingpin.
You were wrong.
I never said that, did I?
Yeah.
When?
Whenever I was like, "Who's going to be the villain in Defenders?" and you were like, "Kingpin." I was like, "Okay."
I don't remember. Are you thinking of like Tito or something?
I'm thinking of someone else that's not you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you made it sound like it was me.
It's because I said it was you. I didn't make it sound like it was you. I didn't make it sound like it was you. I blatantly flat out said it was you.
Yes, you did.
So Sigourney Weaver's awesome, so that's cool. I don't know who she's going to be playing.
Ripley?
She's going to be playing Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Ripley. She's going to be playing a xenomorph.
She's gonna walk on the screen and just have a giant hole in her head because you're going to try to see if you can believe it or not, and then she's going to turn into a xenomorph.
Dude, I couldn't even fathom who she's going to end up playing. I'm not that in depth with the Marvel U where I could even...
Probably the Iron Butterfly.
The Iron Butterfly.
Yeah. You think that's who she'll play?
Ooh. I don't know. What if she is like a Black Cat from fucking Spider... No, she's way too old for that. Never mind.
Black Cat's a villain?
Sort of.
It doesn't...
She's like a crime lord now.
Yeah, I don't know that like the main bad guy for the Defenders should be Black Cat.
No, you're right.
You're silly, dude.
I was thinking like...
You're just spitballing here.
I was thinking if she was like a big like mob boss like she kind of is.
Oh.
No, she's kind of in charge of organized crime in New York.
Yeah. Man, you are such a bitch when you talk. No offense.
I'm trying not to cough right now.
Oh, is your throat hurting you?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sick?
Yeah, I'm coming off of something.
Aww.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Gable.
I have this grape soda to make me feel
Poor
better.
little Gable. Poor
Yeah.
Gable's all sick. Gable's a bitch. All right.
Have you been watching any of the Netflix Marvel things? I know you watched Daredevil, but did you watch anything else yet?
Now this is another circumstance of me talking to you and you not listening. I'm gonna start watching it. Oh, now I feel bad. You look like such a little innocent kid when I said that.
I brought it up now so you could talk about that on the show because I know you talked about it off.
I thought I did though. I thought I mentioned it on there.
You may have.
I probably
could
did.
be wrong.
I think you're right. I think you just did something really smart and I tried to make you look dumb. Now everyone's gonna think I'm an asshole.
You did.
But they're gonna know you're a pussy.
I finished Jessica Jones.
Did you?
Yeah, dude. I don't know why I stopped watching that because it was really good when I got back on. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Now. I was kind of lukewarm on her. I was like, I don't know, but
dude, it was a shit ton better than any Daredevil shit I watched.
Really?
I promise you that.
Yeah, because once I move, I'm gonna watch Jessica Jones and Luke Cage.
Yeah, I need to watch Luke Cage too. I want to go back and finish the second season of Daredevil before I move on to anything else.
You should have done it before you watched Jessica Jones.
Well, the second season of Daredevil came after Jessica Jones.
Oh, really?
First season of Daredevil, then Jessica Jones. Second season of Daredevil, then what? Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. And there are some articles that you picked out that I was confused that you were so excited for, but I left them in here because you picked them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying which ones they are. Here's the first one.
Let's hear it. Come on.
New animated Marvel Spider-Man coming to Disney XD.
Okay, Dave, did you used to watch the 90s Spider-Man?
Yes, I did.
It was really good, was it
not? It was good, yeah.
Have you watched the new Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man that's on Disney XD?
No, I watched some Ultimate Spider-Man on MTV years ago and got pissed and turned it off.
No, that was
wasn't it like cel-shaded bullshit?
I think you're thinking of Spectacular Spider. Was it the one where it had fucking Barney from Neil Patrick Harris?
I just remember it was cel-shaded.
I don't even know what that means.
You know how like whenever it looks weird? Alright, go on. I can't describe it. What were you saying now? Continue. What about Barney the dinosaur?
I was talking about Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, from Doogie Howser.
Yeah. I know he voiced Spider-Man in one of those series. I think it was the MTV one.
Oh.
No, but the one on fucking Disney XD sucks now. Like, it's like, he's like, I don't know, I only watched like the first season, but he like worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. and it just didn't feel like you were getting enough Peter Parker. It was more like, oh, let's have all the Marvel Universe in one TV show.
So now what you did now is you just set the stage for why we're excited for this article.
Yeah.
So now let's get into this article that we're now excited for.
Go ahead and read it.
The series, new animated Marvel Spider-Man coming to Disney XD. The series tells the story of an unsure but courageous teen who has to figure out how to be a superhero from the very beginning. Now this is where your article gets a little fugazi because you did all kinds of trickery with your highlighting.
I did. I highlighted that, but I highlighted his name and stuff and who he was, and brought the arrow down to tell you to skip that stuff.
Okay, so I'm reading this and then this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark Buhaja, the Senior Vice President, Programming and General Manager of Disney XD, says the simple title reflects a back-to-basics approach, the story of an ordinary teen, Peter Parker, who suddenly finds himself with strange new powers and overwhelming responsibility.
Dude, I that's what I want to see.
So you think it's going to be good?
I want to see that. I think the people, since they're not doing it, there's a whole bunch of thoughts going in my mind at one time. Yeah. Since people seeing I guess everyone's seeing the new Spider-Man movie. Everyone's going to be familiar with who Spider-Man is already at this point, right?
I don't know.
You have young kids, right?
I don't have kids.
Not you.
I mean,
but I mean, like the young, like the 8 through like 12-year-olds who don't really know anything about Spider-Man. This will probably have that whole origin for them and teach him
the cartoon.
Yeah.
Is Disney
free? See what I'm getting at?
Yeah, is Disney free?
But I don't understand what that means.
Is it a pay channel? You have to pay extra if you have cable.
I don't have it. I only have up to CW, and that's it, which is channel 15.
Oh.
Is it like I have HBO, but that's a free.
Because when I was a young lad, Disney was a premium channel like Showtime, HBO, or Cinemax.
It was a premium.
Yeah.
No, it's like on the same level as Comedy Central. And
okay, so it's free. I gotcha. By free, I mean you just don't have to pay a premium price.
I don't have it.
You're an asshole. Okay, so here let's get on to some Logan news.
Yeah, well,
let's go back to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say I'm pretty excited for that, and now we can move on.
Okay, that was a lot more to add.
Well, you need to wrap it up. You can't just be like, all right, now moving on.
I mean, isn't that in essence wrapping it up?
Yeah, I wanted to give a final thought, and then we could move on.
And there, Jerry Springer over here with your fucking final thought. Don't touch little kids. Moving on to Logan, who's touching a little kid right in the picture. There was a lot of fucking. There was a plethora.
Are we allowed to talk about the trailer yet?
I mean, we might as well since you just mentioned it. I mean, whispering didn't stop them from hearing what you said.
Are we allowed to talk about the trailer yet?
We can talk about the trailer after we go over these articles.
All right.
So there was a plethora of articles for Logan because they kept dropping new photos from the set of Logan like every day. The first one we have here is another new photo has debuted featuring star Boyd Holbrook and simply captioned Pierce. This almost certainly means Holbrook is playing Donald Pierce in the film, a mutant who was a former member of the Hellfire Club and later a leader of the Reavers, a group of cyborg mutants previously rumored to appear in the film. Do you know anything about this Pierce fella?
Nope.
And moving on. The next thing from Logan we have is you were really excited about this article, so much so that you started highlighting stuff that I crossed out. But I'm not trying to be a dick here. The only reason I crossed out this stuff is because we read all this already on the podcast. I remember reading
That's
it.
fine.
That's the only reason I was like, well, no, we already read this.
I was trying to highlight anything relevant and not boring.
Yeah, because what I've been doing is I've been trying to, reading over articles. If I remember saying it, I've just been not.
Dude, this isn't even worth reading because they even, say this shit in the fucking trailer.
Okay, so a new photo from Logan asks a big question for the X-Men universe. It simply says on there, where are all the mutants?
Pretty sure in the trailer it says there's no more mutants.
I mean, okay.
Alright, so
this is the article that you chose.
I chose this a week ago.
Ah, I see. I chose articles that are clearly still relevant.
I don't know what to tell you.
Do we want to wrap that up, or are we just going to go to the next one? What are your final thoughts?
Well, we can talk about, there not being mutants in the fucking movie.
All right,
That's kind of a big deal.
Let's go over the last Logan article, then we'll go over the Logan trailer. It was previously rumored that the mutant character Caliban, related to the Taliban, would be appearing in the upcoming third Wolverine film.
That is.
Okay. Appearing in the... I thought we talked about interrupting people, Gable.
I don't know who that
Talking
is.
over people.
They
can't hear us both talking at... You just did it again. They can't hear us both talking at once, Gable. It's just muffled nonsense.
I don't understand.
Okay. Apparently the Taliban would be appearing in the upcoming third Wolverine film, simply titled Logan, and that comedian Stephen Merchant would take on the role. Now director James Mangold has seemingly confirmed the rumor with a new photo of the actor. Now, since you know nothing about the Taliban, or Caliban,
I don't know who he is.
I'm going to read this little tiny paragraph that tells us who he is.
Alright, inform me.
Created by Chris Claremont and Dave Cockrum, Caliban that's his name.
No, it isn't.
Caliban, his first appearance in 1981's Uncanny X-Men number 148. An albino mutant, Caliban has a mutant tracking ability that made him a valuable member of both the Morlocks and the X-Force. The character briefly appeared in X-Men Apocalypse and was played by Thomas Namarquis. Do you remember him in Apocalypse?
He may have been one of the underground people who, when you first meet Psylocke?
Yeah.
They're, in that,
that room there?
That, underground
looking
thing. Yeah, I think he was that one.
Okay. Well, we watched the trailer for Logan. We watched
sure fucking did.
The international trailer, and
damn.
It's actually funny because after we were talking about this, Tito texted me. He goes, "Did you see the Logan trailer?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, I don't know if it was the song that made it so fucking amazing."
It was the song,
but it was awesome. And he texted me back. He's like, "Dude, I was just gonna fucking say that the song made it so much better, but I didn't know if you saw it yet, so I didn't want to mention the song in it."
Myself today. That one. That was good. That was fucking good.
Yeah, the trailer was really good.
I got goosebumps from it at a certain point.
And the internet, yeah, me too.
Okay, so that's pretty much confirmed. Well, I guess it's not confirmed, but it's strongly implied by this trailer that that's X-23. Would you not agree?
I guess.
Because he's even... Professor Xavier's even like, well, you have more in common with her than you know, Logan.
Yeah. And they're just both mutants.
It's boring.
It's not good enough for Gable.
It's not good enough for me.
It's not good enough for Gable.
Where are all the mutants, Dave? Did Wolverine kill them all?
That's what supposedly happened in the comic,
Yeah, he killed them all.
He got tricked. Who tricked him?
Mysterio.
Ah.
Mysterio tricked him. He thought he was killing a whole bunch of villains, and then he came to, and it was an illusion.
He came as well?
Yes.
So, in the international trailer, there's a scene where fucking Wolverine stabs a guy under the chin.
I fucking love that.
He stabs him under the chin, and it goes through his head up out of the top of his fucking skull.
Oh my god, I needed that.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see anything like that in any of the X-Men movies ever. That was
curious
great.
how violent it's going to be. There's also, I didn't put it in there, there's also a picture of a fucking severed arm holding a gun that they released too.
Yeah. I saw that after we recorded the other week.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty violent, I would think.
Did you see his the one director's comments on the rated R-ness of the movie? He was talking about how in most action superhero movies you'll see a hero recover when falling out of a 3-story building or 4-story building or whatever. In our movie, when they fall out of the building, they will go splat.
Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, that's fucking... Did we read that on the show?
I don't think we did.
No, I neither did I. Okay, cool.
Alright, let's move on now.
Yeah.
Move on from Logan. We're going to talk about something you love. Bond. You love James Bond.
I hate spy movies. I fucking hate spy movies. I hate James Bond. I hate fucking Mission Impossible. I hate Jack Reacher.
Oh, that's 2 Tom Cruise franchises you hate.
Well, he should stop doing spy movies.
Okay, so
I
let's
hate
talk
Day and Night. Is that Tom Cruise too?
Night and Day.
Night and Day.
Yeah, that's Tom Cruise. I like that movie. Let's talk about Bond.
That one wasn't that bad. I like Cameron Diaz. Okay.
Daniel Craig seems more open to reprising his Bond role. With director Sam Mendes having already announced he will not direct the next James Bond film, many have assumed that Daniel Craig was also ready to abandon the role, especially after comments in the press that he'd rather slash his wrist than do another one. However, Vulture reports that Craig has made new comments to the contrary, now that the dust is somewhat settled on the trials of filming the last movie. In other words, he's like, I really like the money and I fucked up, and I shouldn't have said that. And this is what he said. They say that shit sticks, and that definitely stuck. It was the day after filming. I've been away from home for a year. Boo-hoo, it's a good gig. I enjoy it. So he's basically like, I was being a bitch.
Dude, I was kind of open to the idea of seeing Idris Elba in a Bond movie.
Yeah, that was a rumor going around for a while.
But then that would take him off the market for a lot of other movies that I'd rather see him in.
I don't know. He could fit it in.
And I'd rather see him in a fucking Thor movie, another Thor movie.
I mean, Zoe Saldana's fitting in Avatar, Guardians, and Star Trek.
Dude, some of these actors, I don't know how they fucking do it.
They're going every day.
Oh, you know what I want to see Idris Elba as? Jon Stewart for the Green Lantern, the Black Green Lantern. That'd be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, it would be cool, I guess. I just don't have an opinion on it, really.
Okay.
Let's finish this article.
Fair enough.
The rest
I would like to see him slinging a ring.
Slinging a ring.
Ring slinging?
I'm not a big Green Lantern fan. I don't care.
Yeah, but you wouldn't like to see him in no? Nothing?
I just don't care.
Nothing?
I don't care who, unless it's fucking like Scarlett Johansson. I don't care who the Green Lantern is.
Fair enough.
Yeah. To finish up his comments, Daniel Craig says, as far as I'm concerned, I got the best job in the world. I'll keep doing it as long as I still get a kick out of it. If I were to stop doing it, I would miss it terribly. So he wants more money.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig would like money.
I want more money.
I want more money, too.
Send us money.
No,
don't do that.
Here's some interesting... Yeah, don't do that.
We won't give you anything.
I mean, you can do it, but we didn't tell you to.
Yeah.
Guy Ritchie is going to direct a live-action Aladdin movie for Disney. Have you heard about the live-action Aladdin movie?
I did, because I think I printed this.
No, actually, I printed it.
I printed it, and you threw mine out. Did that happen or not? Did that happen?
That's what happened.
David, did that happen?
Yes, that happened.
Yes.
Mine was better.
Fair enough.
Okay, cool.
Same website, but whatever.
The Hollywood Reporter. You use that fucking comic book news or some bullshit.
Comicbook.com.
Yeah. The Hollywood Reporter brings today's movie news that Guy Ritchie will direct a live-action version of Aladdin for Walt Disney Studios. John August has penned the script for the film, which will reportedly keep the musical elements of the 1992 film. In addition, THR notes that Ritchie will approach the film with a non-linear presentation. Who cares?
There's some cooler things I'd like to see brought to a live action.
Like The Lion King, which won't be live action at all.
I don't. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's gonna work out still. But yeah, for Aladdin, the Cable Wonders. You've seen Aladdin, right?
Yes.
Okay, you know the Cable Wonders at the beginning. That'd be badass.
Is that where he's Is that where he's going through on the carpet and it's fucking falling
apart? There's lava and shit. Yeah,
I remember playing that.
It's made of a big fucking lion's head of sand.
Yeah, I played that in a video game. That level was rough in this game on Super Nintendo.
I remember thinking how cool it was whenever I watched it. That was the coolest part of the movie. Then I get bored.
And you get
play
bored
it again.
All right, let's talk about. See here. Oh, Narcos Boyd. Narcos. I don't know what any of this means. Some guy is going to be playing the role in Predator that Benicio del Toro was going to play. The Benicio del Toro Predator role will instead go to Narcos star Boyd Holbrook. Holbrook is also starring in the studio's upcoming Marvel Comics film Logan.
I have a question.
Yes.
Question. When's this projected to come out?
Let me see here.
February
9th. Filming is expected to begin in February of next year. That's filming.
And it's February 2018 then at the bottom here.
Oh, look at that. You're good.
Do you think it would have anything to do with conflicting scheduling for, I don't know, a certain Marvel movie?
The Collector? Mm-hmm. You think the role's going to be that big that he's not going to be able to film another movie?
I'm not going to say had a huge role in that comic, but he certainly did have a role in that comic.
Yeah. I don't know, it could be. Maybe. I mean, I feel like with a star like that, they'd be willing to move it a month or something, but maybe not.
Maybe it wasn't that comic. Maybe it was the prelude to that comic. The Thanos quest. I don't know. Dude, wow, look, I am a little bitch.
Yeah,
if I move this close, do you think it'll be better?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I'm going to sit over here now.
Okay. Here's another article that I just thought was dumb and I don't really understand, but I didn't know Jimmy Olsen was a superhero.
He's not.
Yeah, Supergirl's Jimmy Olsen will become Guardian as Season 2 progresses. The Guardian is headed to National City, and the National City,
Supergirl is protect Cadmus or something.
I was speaking. Does National City? This isn't in Metropolis. Supergirl?
No.
Oh.
No, she's not. Why would she be in Metropolis if Superman's taking care of Metropolis?
He's in fucking National City apparently.
Well, yeah, he came to help, I guess.
Well, maybe she went to
help.
help.
I'm not caught up yet. I'm not caught up.
What were we gonna say?
I forget. Something about Cadmus. Or Talking
about the chick from Hunger Games?
No, Cadmus is, I think, the ones that made Superboy.
Oh.
I think... I don't know. I remember watching I think it was Young Justice. The Guardian was responsible for protecting Cadmus or something.
The Guardians of the Galaxy?
No. I'm talking about the Jimmy Olsen superhero now.
Oh.
I don't understand why they're making Jimmy Olsen a superhero.
Well, the Guardian is headed to National City, and the man behind the mask is one that Supergirl fans already know, Jimmy Olsen himself.
I heard that she's going to not know that he's the Guardian. He knows her identity, but she won't know his superhero identity.
That's kind of dumb. It says right on here that Olsen himself has never been the Guardian in the comics.
No, I don't think he's ever been any superhero in the comics.
You want to hear a paragraph that makes no sense at all?
I'm ready. Fucking lay it on me.
It says, although Olsen himself has never been Guardian in the comics, the two characters do have a close connection. It was in 1971's Superman's Pal Jimmy Olsen number 135 that Kirby, as part of his immortal Fourth World Saga, reintroduced the Guardian to DC lore. This take on the character saw a new Guardian as a clone of the original Jim Harper, complete with transferred memories.
Dude, I don't understand.
How's that any connection to Jimmy Olsen?
No.
It's not. That was dumb.
I don't know who Jim Harper is.
He was the Guardian. He was Guardian.
Maybe Jim Harper is like another multi-universe version of Jimmy Olsen.
I don't think they have anything to do with each other. I think Jim Harper is just who the Guardian was.
I don't know. I think it's a stupid decision. I think some of these shows do get a little too clouded up with too many of the main characters being superheroes.
Yeah.
Like on The Flash, you have obviously The Flash, then one of the main guys ended up being the Reverse Flash and shit, and then Cisco is that Vibe character. Caitlin is Killer Frost. Wells' daughter is now Jessie Quick. There's just like a shit ton of heroes just in your little main core crew. His stepbrother is Kid Flash. I think the only one who's never had any superpowers in any of the episodes would be Joe. I'm talking about a show you don't know right now, so you're zoning out.
This all sounds really dumb.
It's a good show.
I guess.
It's probably the best show CW has.
Maybe we should talk about it later like it says on the run sheet. Moving on.
I mean, it was a relevant topic.
Yeah, it's right there on
I'm
the run
aware.
sheet. Okay.
It's also been on the run sheet for the last like four episodes.
This is the first time it's been on the run sheet.
It's not true.
It is.
It's not true. Gotham's been on it before.
Nope.
It
was on it once before. Once.
Oh. I assumed that it was on there throughout the other times.
Wrong. Well, here's some more DC news. Wonder Woman. The Wonder Woman movie will be lighter than Batman vs. Superman.
Will it?
That's what they say. Wonder Woman doesn't come out until next summer, but when it does...
I don't know what to think from these fucking movies. Maybe it was filmed dark and it's going to be turned light like they did Sorry.
It will apparently be a ray of sunshine on an otherwise overcast and gloomy DC film slate.
I don't know.
You're like, whatever.
I don't know. DC is fucking shit in my mouth too many times.
Well, the filmmaking team behind the Wonder Woman movie has assured fans that the Princess Diana story will be more optimistic than this year's releases. Wonder Woman is very different in tone and style than Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad, said Deborah Snyder, the wife of the dumb fucking douchebag Zack Snyder. We pick directors who have their own points of view, so that each of our films will have their own personality.
Okay, so fucking remember when they picked the dude who did Suicide Squad for his point of view?
Yeah, and they changed it.
David Ayers.
And they changed it
and the studio shit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a misconception that DC has made a conscious decision for all their movies to be darker or edgier. That's not the case. Fans of the DC Universe know that there are characters like Batman who are darker, but there are others like Wonder Woman who are hopeful, optimistic leaders. The tone of this film represents that. Patty brought a beauty and a sense of lightness of humor, Patty Jenkins, who's the director, and a little romance to it. It's a very aspirational movie. Probably not.
No, dude, I don't know. This movie was filmed before Jeff Johns was promoted, right?
I have no idea.
I think it was.
I think you're wrong about everything you say. That was unnecessary. It may have been accurate, but it was really unnecessary to say.
Oh.
You're just thinking about Jeff Johns still, aren't you?
Yeah, he's my hero. He's my hero.
He's not doing anything right.
He hasn't done anything yet.
So then why is he your hero?
Because he's cool.
The
Green Lantern runs pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully he runs the movies properly, because they suck now.
I already talked to Brooks about it on Twitter.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys fuck?
Yeah.
Nice. Dick in the mouth. Here's some interesting news you're not going to care about. MTV is developing a War of the Worlds TV series.
You're right.
Yeah, did you see the movie with Tom Cruise, who you love so much?
No, you were right about the part I don't care about.
I got it. It wasn't over my head. I just chose to ignore you.
I just wanted to bring that part in right.
Okay, so to answer the question.
What was the question?
That's a shame.
It's Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise sucks.
Did you see the movie?
No.
Really? I liked the movie a lot.
I don't know. I didn't really have an interest in seeing it.
Well, apparently Deadline reports that MTV is digging up some new material with a television adaptation. Material with the television adaptation of the H.G. Wells classic War of the Worlds. Teen Wolf creator and exec producer Jeff Davis will produce along with writer Andrew Cochran. The outlet reports the series has been a passion project for Barry, whose grandfather, Gene Barry, was a star in the original film, based on the novel.
That's a cool connection.
I like sci-fi and I like the movies, so I don't know. I will never watch the show probably because I don't watch the MTV shows.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't imagine.
A little too teenagery.
Yeah, that's the problem. A little too douchey.
Teen Wolf. Get some Teen Wolf going.
Hey, let's wrap up with our last news article of the day. One that you chose, so probably not.
I chose because I felt like it was. I don't know.
Now I'm going to read this and it's not going to make sense. That's why I have that with a question mark. J.K. Rowling reveals that Fantastic Beasts franchise is now 5 movies. Hopefully the first one does good.
Otherwise the other 4 are gonna suck.
It will. Yeah, but they've announced series they announced they're going to make multiple Terminator movies twice now. Salvation was supposed to be the first in a trilogy that got canceled, and then Genesis is supposed to be the first in a trilogy that got canceled. They do that shit all the time.
They suck.
Yeah.
It's because they made cheating movies.
Yeah, when Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them was first announced, it was said to be the start of a trilogy of films. During the Facebook Live Q&A conducted earlier for the film, franchise creator J.K. Rowling announced the franchise has been extended from 3 movies into 5 movies. I can say one thing. We were doing some script sessions the other day. We always knew it was going to be one movie. We always knew that from the start. We said a trilogy as a placeholder because we knew there would be more than one movie. That made no sense. It made no sense.
I didn't get that at all.
She's not making any sense, unless it's a typo. Basically what she's saying is that it was going to be a trilogy, but now it's going to be 5 of them. That's pretty much what I got out of that.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
Isn't Harry Potter terrible, though?
I don't know. It definitely evolved throughout the films. I thought the best 2, and the 2 that I would watch by themselves, would be the last 2 Deathly Hallows. But besides that, I didn't really, love the film. It was good, but it wasn't anything like I'm not going to put it up there with my top 5 franchises, spoiler alert.
You know, I was just sick recently. My throat's starting to hurt again really bad. I think I'm getting sick again.
You can't get sick again. You just
I was
got
just
sick.
fucking sick. This is stupid.
No, your immune system knows how to fight it off this time.
My immuneness?
Your immune system.
Oh.
Maybe you have herpes.
I mean, there's no maybe. I have that. That has nothing to do with my
That
throat.
shit's for
hurting.
life, man.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
It doesn't go away.
Yeah, but the Fantastic Beasts movie looks pretty, I don't know, it looks interesting.
I guess. I'm not
Are you
too
going to see
excited.
it?
I mean, yeah, because why wouldn't I? I might as well screen
That's
it.
a good point.
Yeah. That's it for news.
Yeah, da-da-da-da.
That's all. So we're going to take a break and we're going to come back and talk some comics.
Bye, y'all.
And really just bore you for a while.
Yeah,
I'm kidding, Gable. You're exciting if we can hear you.
probably lose my train of thought.
That never happens.
That
All
always
right.
happens. I'm like retarded.
All right, you are. We'll be back. Gable wants to order a butt plug, everyone.
Butt plugs.
Tell them about your butt plug, Corey.
My butt plugs.
Tell them about your butt plug.
Butt plugs. I was trying to get my girlfriend to cancel, or not cancel, but hide her notifications. Oh, I'm getting far away. Hide her notifications on her Amazon Prime account so that I could order her anniversary gift offline without her knowing. And she said she would not turn off the notifications.
I refuse.
And she asked why, and I was like, well, I want to order a butt plug. And that was the end of the story.
She's like, you're already constipating me, Gable. I don't need one.
Well,
You're very stressful.
I implied that it was for my use.
Oh. Can you use a butt plug as a vagina plug?
I'm not sure what the difference would be. You can use it as a mouth plug, I would guess. Ear plug.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
Two small ones just for your ear.
Let me ask you. Never mind.
Ask me whatever you want.
Let me tell you after this why I'm not going to ask you what I was about to ask you, okay?
I can already imagine.
Remember the last time I told you I was going to ask you something and I didn't? I told you why?
No.
Sure?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Just pause it.
No, I'm just asking you a question.
I'm going to pause right.
I don't know why Gable paused for no reason,
I
basically.
don't understand.
So you don't remember that last time?
I still don't. You didn't elaborate any further when I paused it.
No, there was one time we were sitting here and I was about to tell a story and I was like, wait, Gable, I can't tell you this story and I'll tell you why after we get off later. You're like, oh, okay. And then after we got off, I told you the story. You remember that?
I think I do.
Okay. It's the related. To the
It's
same
related?
Thing. It's the same thing, basically.
I think you already told me that, too.
I didn't. Oh, man. I'm going to die. Or like a diaper. You can wear a diaper over it.
Yeah. Dave just died.
Yeah, I almost died. Hey, we're going to review some comics if Gable can do that for us. Are you ready for your comic review, Gable?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it. Alright, here we go. Let's do it, Gable.
Alright, so what am I reviewing this week, Dave? Do you remember?
You're reviewing the Gwenpocalypse and the Sergeants in Arms of the Steel.
I like your answers.
You better be reviewing them.
We are doing Gwenpool number 1 first. And I am loading it for Dave so he can look at the pictures.
I've seen that.
There you go.
That title of your. I've seen that numerous times throughout the past week and a half because I saw that. And all I could think is this better have something to do with a mixture of Gwen, Stacy, and Deadpool. I'm gonna be pissed.
Sort of.
Okay, good. This is really interesting. I like the art on this page.
Yeah. Well, try to hold on. There. Okay, I got it to work.
Cool.
All right. I don't know. Sometimes the page gets stuck and you have to turn it.
This looks intriguing.
Yeah.
Is that a T-Rex?
I thought this was going to be a very girl themed comic.
It looks like it from the fucking cover.
It looks. It can go for either gender. It was pretty good. I just told you guys what I thought of it beforehand. Whatever. It was pretty good. I liked it. The only prior exposure I had to Gwenpool was whenever I was reading Howard the Duck, but I got really bored with Howard the Duck because I didn't think it was amusing at all.
You think it was good?
But the only thing I did like about it was there'd be a short story with Howard the Duck and Gwenpool after. I'm like, oh, she's funny.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was cool to see she has a number 1 issue out on Marvel Unlimited now. And Yeah, so let's. I'm just gonna start talking about it now.
That's a good idea since you reviewed it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The writer is Christopher Hastings, and the art is done by this guy. Only gets one word for his name, but Guriru.
Where is it?
It's Guriru.
Gurihiru.
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 You did it.
It's Gurihiru.
And also Danilo Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
You're talking about the
said the same fucking thing.
What's that guy's name? The Cleveland Steamer? What they used to call? What they used to call Babe Ruth?
Yeah. Anyway.
What the fuck?
Anyway.
The Great Bambino.
Yeah.
Is that what they called him?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's out of uniform. This starts out with her being out of. Oh, actually, I kind of skipped ahead to. They show a bunch of people in a car getting ready for a heist.
Why are they all animals?
What?
Why are they all animals? It's like a furry game, like furry show.
I know, they're doing the heist. Whatever.
They're all wearing animal masks.
Yeah, they're wearing animal masks.
I thought they were furries.
The heist. But it shows Gwen in a bank, and she's got a duffel bag full of money, and she's trying to start a bank account. And since she has no ID, she does not have an ID. I'm losing my train of thought already.
I'm not even doing anything wrong, and you're losing your train of thought. She has no ID, and
she goes to open a bank account with a duffel bag of money, but she's refused since she has no ID, and her says, "I don't have that. I'm from another universe." So I just learned that she's from another universe.
So is she?
I did not know that.
Is she related? Like, is this tie into Deadpool at all, or is it only connected in as much as she looks like the same costume?
She has the same costume, and it's a girl named Gwen.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It didn't.
So she's like inspired by Deadpool or something.
Her train of thought seems to be very, very similar. It's
similar in tone.
To me, she is a good representation of a female Deadpool. Even better than the Lady Deadpool, which used to be in like the Deadpool family comics and shit. Yeah. So the bank gets robbed, and she tells the guy that she was talking to. She's trying to get the account open. Wait, hold on. I started.
What the fuck are you doing?
Fuck you. This is 3 a.m.
Okay. Okay, you're rereading it over. You're so confused.
Dude, I read this twice before we got to this, and I'm still fucking like confused right now. There were no issues before. So the bank gets robbed, and she tells the guy she was trying to get the account open with that she'll do it if that she'll stop the bank robbers if he opens the account for her. And
he's still on page 2.
Yeah, he's like, there's no way I can do that.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, that's all right. I'll do it anyway.
Okay.
So she breaks into like this cool action sequence and beats the shit out of them. And the action's pretty good in this comic. It's I don't have any issues with it. I guess the bag of money though that she was trying to open the account with, it didn't have money in it. She whenever she starts to stop the bank robbers, it's just a bag filled with guns for some reason. So I'm not sure how she was planning on starting a bank account with a bag full of guns.
That's like a bag full of money to me right there.
No. That's a bag full of guns though.
Yeah, but that's a bag full of money, so I'm confused.
So she must have one of each.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
Whatever.
She gets arrested, and after being arrested, she and one of the robbers become friends in the backseat of the police car.
I see that happening right now.
When she finds out that he's really tech savvy and didn't want to do the robbery, but did it because his dad was one of the other robbers, and they were doing it for money.
Oh.
So she made friends with him. You kind of get the idea that they're gonna have this cool like Batman and Alfred relationship.
Alfred,
dude, I'm really fucking tired. I'm sorry.
Dude, is there any bestiality in this comic?
Yeah. No. Yeah, they definitely really set it up for them to have like a good partnership, and you're like, oh, this is what the whole comic's gonna be, them buddying up and shit. You start to see them take on missions together.
Oh.
One of them, Gwen is beaten there by a unknown fellow merc. she simply walks up to him after he accomplishes the mission and pushes him into a flaming furnace.
That's not nice.
Yeah, so she takes all the credit for his kill. She collects the reward money for his kill.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know, the whole comedy style seems very classic Deadpool-y. Seems very a very good reference. Like I was saying earlier, a very good representation of a female Deadpool. Good counterpart for old Wade. Let's see. Later on in the comic, at the end there's not a twist, but there's a catch to get you to come back. You find out that MODOK, which I've read nothing with MODOK in it before. Are you there yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea who MODOK is. I don't know the slightest thing about this guy. Yeah, I guess he was the boss of the merc that she killed on that one mission.
Huh.
So he's like, you think he's gonna kill her,
but instead she have to work for him?
Well, how'd you know that? It's crazy.
I guessed it.
You didn't guess it. You read it.
I guessed it.
Did you really guess it?
Yeah.
No way.
I read it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
that's kind of funny.
So her friend, the one from the back of the police car, his name's
I'm not going to spoil it, but is that her friend right there?
Yeah.
Cool. Go on.
Her friend in the back of the police car, who was set up to be like this Alfred type tech savvy character who's like talking in her ear during the missions.
Okay, let me take over. Like he's gonna be like her right hand man or right hand tech guy.
That's what it seems.
That's what it seems like. And then in this next scene, MODOK says that she's gonna work for him, and she goes, "Are you serious? MODOK is threatening me. Seriously, MODOK?" And then he just kills him.
He just vaporizes him.
He vaporizes him. He turns into ashes.
Yeah. Yeah, but this was a refreshing comic compared to the other ones I've been reading, which have been a little more serious, or at least I was reading that day. It was fun. It had a pretty good art style. I'm not gonna say it was anything great, but
the ending was pretty cool.
Yeah, the ending was cool.
Yeah,
I was not expecting him to get blown to smithereens.
Stupid bastard.
The comic, the art style for the comic, like it was kind of, it didn't take itself too seriously, but it wasn't goofy either. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
What?
I don't know. I just want to say that.
Like I was reading Rocket and Groot, and I don't know. It was just, it looked like it was made for like a 90s Disney cartoon or something. It didn't look. It wasn't. This wasn't too cartoony like that.
I see.
By the way, I'm done with Rocket and Groot. I'm not reading it because
did it piss you off?
Dude, the last one I read, it was them. It was.
You haven't reviewed one, have you?
No, it was Rocket playing Dungeons and Dragons with all the other Avengers in Avengers Tower, and then Tony Stark challenges them to be in his fantasy football league.
That sounds really
entertaining. Like this is the dumbest fucking comic I've ever read. Maybe for the younger viewers. Anyway, Gwenpool #1 was a strong read it.
Oh.
Our ratings. I should have brought up my rating system here.
Is drop it.
It's drop it if it sucks. Read it if it's good.
Or buy it or shelf it. I can't remember which one.
It's shelf it.
Shelf it.
Buy it's from a different podcast.
I keep getting it confused with shelf it. Shelf it. Shelf it. Shelf it.
Means we're gonna buy that book and put it on the shelf.
Shelf it. I'm just gonna remember shelf.
Which I'm not going to buy and put on the shelf, even if it's a shelf it, because I have it on Marvel Unlimited.
But this is a strong read it, almost a shelf it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Yeah,
it seems pretty cool.
Pretty good.
It seems pretty cute.
Can I be honest with you about
No, I don't want you to. No, I told you no.
It leads into the next one. It leads into the next one.
Okay,
I was gonna put this at a shelf it because I did really like this book when I was reading it. The jokes were funny and on point, and like I said, it was a real fun comic to read. However, I did my rating for Moon Knight #1, and I'm going to tell you my rating in advance. When I wrote shelf it for Moon Knight, I was like, Gwenpool was nowhere near as good as Moon Knight, so I couldn't even feel like I could put them in the same boat. So my Gwenpool rating kind of got knocked down because of Moon Knight.
By comparison.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That kind of is because I've done a lot of movie reviews the past week to prepare these two podcasts, and some of them I looked at my previous number ratings for them ones, and I'm like, I gotta change this based on what that is.
Yeah.
Do you think we really landed on the moon though, or do you think it was fake?
It was probably fake. You caught me off guard, and I was like, oh wait, this is Moon Knight.
You feel pretty dumb right about now.
Oh,
wait, that was a smooth transition, like a smooth criminal.
All right, so we're in the Moon Knight number 1 now.
Whoa, this is comfy.
Is there music for this?
I mean, there's only music for the video.
All right, so the writer is Jeff Lemire. I've talked about him before. He writes. He also writes the Doctor Strange.
Does he remember the KKK? Because he looks like it.
Wait, does he write Doctor Strange?
Who?
Jeff Lemire. No, that's Jason Latour.
I don't know why you're asking me. I know.
I'm saying things that are wrong now.
There's a shocker. Ow!
I'm kind of curious. I want to look this up real quick. Pause. Hit pause.
All right, hold on. I'm going to hit pause. We're back with the newfound knowledge of Gable.
And I was wrong. I was thinking Jason Latour for some reason.
Hey, first of all,
why. You don't care.
You're not wrong.
I was wrong.
No, you weren't.
I did correct myself, I guess, immediately.
You're never wrong. They're wrong. He picked the wrong thing to work on. He should have worked on what you wanted him to work on.
That's true.
He's fucking wrong.
That's true.
Fuck him. Denzel Washington's awesome.
Alright, Jeff Lemire wrote this. The art bot was by Greg Smallwood. The color was by Jordi Belair.
Do you think he got made fun of for having the name Smallwood?
Maybe. Do you think?
I think so. I think if someone's name was Smallwood, I'm like, you got a tiny pecker.
Dude, it's hard. Like, I guarantee you there's, like, nobody who at least thought it while they were hanging out with him.
Dude,
someone's had to have said something.
Who can make fun of David Smith?
Did they find a way?
Not really. I mean, I was called Smitty.
You did it. You found the answer.
What was it?
Was Smitty?
It was called Smitty. That's not really insulting.
No,
I mean, like,
Smitty.
And they were just like, "Look at you, you're a retard," and they just like ran away from me after that. But.
Jesus, it's fucking hot in here.
Did you know that my mom used to, like, we were poor, so we didn't have a car, so we would take the bus everywhere and we'd walk everywhere. So my mom in the summer would walk with a giant umbrella because it was so hot, and I always got made fun of at school because everyone always saw my mom walking around with an umbrella.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was unfortunate. Do
you still have the umbrella?
No, they made fun of me, sure, but at least she didn't have a heat stroke and die, so I guess it's all good. Joke's on them, she's not dead. Stupid now.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Alright, get back to your Smallwood.
So you wanted to look at these pictures, huh?
Yeah, you took the phone off me and slapped my fucking hand like a fucking child who's misbehaving.
It's that smucking Fallwood. Smucking Fallwood.
Smucking mother smucker.
You fucking smucker.
I do like having smuckers on my balls and licked off by dogs.
You're going to be in charge of reading that.
Is this KKK again? Alright, mercenary Mark Spector died in Egypt under a statue of the moon god Khonshu. In the shadow of the ancient deity, Mark returned to life and took on Khonshu's aspect to fight crime for his own redemption. He went completely insane and disappeared for a time, but returned to protect those who travel by night. At least he thinks that's what happened. His wiener was touched. You like how I pronounce deity?
Yeah.
Okay.
You said it right, except you didn't, but that's okay.
Is it deity?
I love you anyway.
Is it deity?
Yep. You did it. So we spend time with Mark Spector as appears to be
I don't like this style.
Dude, I fucking love this.
I don't like that style.
I love this art style.
I don't like it.
Oh my god, it was fucking awesome. We spend time with Mark Spector, and he appears to be in, I think it's a mental institution. I think they just called it a hospital though. But it's a mental institution.
Yeah, it looks like one.
Throughout the comic, he speaks to Khonshu, an Egyptian god who seems to live inside his mind.
Is that the bird face of the...
Yeah. Who tries to keep reminding him that he is Moon Knight.
He's forgetting?
Yeah.
He's like me, I forget stuff too.
Yeah, in the mental ward, Mark is having memories of past lives and is trying to remember who he is. The employees and doctors keep telling him that none of it's real, and he's told that he has dissociative. Did I say that right? Dissociative?
Yeah, that's good.
Identity disorder, and has been a patient since he was 12 years old. There are even 2 employees who beat the shit out of him every time he starts acting up.
Do they rape him?
No, they just like fucking beat the shit out of him. They punch him and stuff.
In the Halloween remake, I think it was, they were like raping that person in the hospital.
Yeah, I believe they were.
Yeah.
They dude, I actually thought of that when I was reading this. I was like, yeah.
You ever think that Moon Knight forgets where he left like his Kit Kat minis because he doesn't remember stuff very well?
No.
I've done that.
Maybe.
But then I remember I ate them and I get all fucking sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I just go to sleep and hope I don't wake up.
Dude.
They're only 99 cents. I should just go buy more Kit Kat minis.
You win. In the end, you win.
Go on.
As the reader, though...
Oh, that's them beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like he has that pick in his hair.
Yeah. The black guy with the fro has to have a pick in his hair.
We just shot him up the ass.
Of course, as the reader, though, since we know the title is called Moon Knight, we can surely assume that Mark Spector is in fact Moon Knight.
I would assume so.
Even with such a seemingly obvious piece of evidence, though, for the reader, simply from how well this was written and how they portrayed his quote-unquote insanity in this, I'm starting to have doubts that he even is.
That's good,
Moon
man.
Knight. Yeah, dude.
Some good writing, it sounds like.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's throwing me for a loop. There's an older man who's a patient who seems to know all about Mark.
Dude, I was on that right when you said it.
Yeah, he seems to know all about Mark and his motives as Moon Knight. Like, he even talks about, like... Moon Knight has, like, some sort of, like, motto he goes by, and he kind of like paraphrases his motto to him.
Is it I can't breathe out of my nose?
No, I can't remember. It's I can't remember.
Where's my Kit Kat minis? Where's my Snicker bites?
It's too much peanut butter on my balls. That's what it is.
I got distracted when the licking began.
Oh boy. But yeah, he seems to know a lot about the Moon Knight character, and I thought before that this guy was an hallucination by Mark.
Yeah.
Until like a page goes by, and then one of the nurses comes over and yells at the guy for bothering the other patients.
He could be yelling, but the nurse could be yelling at Moon Knight himself, and he's just thinking it's yelling at the person next to him.
Yeah, dude, I don't like. I'm still so like up in the air about it, though. You know what I mean?
What's going on?
Yeah, like it really could go either way.
Is that a memory, or is he fantasizing about fucking that girl?
I don't think we know, but I'm gonna say it's not a memory of her, but maybe a memory of someone who looked like her.
Yeah.
Later on, while lying in bed, Mark is inspired by Khonshu to make a new Moon Knight mask out of his sheets, it looks like, and flee to the roof. After fighting his way up there, he peeks over to the city to see...
Okay, what?
Yeah, dude, he's like...
Okay, I'm looking at a panel that has... He puts on this new mask and he's going to escape, and he sees the two people that were beating the crap out of him all the time, the two nurses, and now they have like dog panther heads or something.
Yeah, I was going to get to that. But yeah, since whenever... I'll just talk about it now, but whenever he has this mask on, he seems to see what he wants to see, or maybe what's real. I'm not really... Like I said, I'm not really sure.
It's cool it has you guessing.
Yeah, so the two guys, like he said, the two guys who are beating up on him, they look like jackals. Whenever he peeks over the rooftop, what was New York seems to look like some Egyptian version of New York, where there's like skyscrapers,
but a giant pyramid too,
and a pyramid, and like a bunch of flying Egyptian-looking things.
Yeah. Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I have an important question.
No, you can ask.
Okay, so like, if you're in a mental institution, you know how like the patients or some of them are just like docile, like don't talk or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now, clearly, if you're in a mental institution and Scarlett Johansson's in there and she's one of them, you probably shouldn't have sex with her because that's not nice. She's like out of it, right?
Yeah.
But what if she's just like really drunk and she's like kind of all over you? But
confused.
Would you fuck Scarlett Johansson if she was really drunk?
Yes.
Really? So you take advantage of her being intoxicated and fuck her?
Well, am I really drunk or did
No, you're sober and she's just really wasted. She's like, I guess you can put it in me, Josh. Because that's what she sounds like, which is weird.
I'd have to see. I'd have to see how wasted.
Really? So you would?
If she like, it would be at a point where she wouldn't remember her night.
Then you'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm in the clear.
Then I'd say no. But if she's just like drunk, like she's like just a little, I don't know.
Now what if she's completely passed out and unconscious?
Well, then she definitely won't know.
What if she's in the hospital and she's just tied up and can't do anything about it?
Why is she tied up in the hospital?
Well, because she's got to be restrained, otherwise she's going to hurt herself, like pick at her face or something, or make scabs. She's going to make face scabs.
Maybe.
Maybe. What if it was Mila Kunis instead?
I don't know.
Okay. What about Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot? Sure.
She's really tall.
For you, Dave, sure.
She's really tall. Isn't it hard to get drunk if you're tall?
I don't know if that's relevant.
Okay, go on.
You see through Mark's thoughts that he for sure believes that he is Moon Knight. And as a reader, so did I. I was like, okay, he definitely thinks he's Moon Knight. However, hold on, I'm going to have to read this for a second because I think I got gibberishy.
Don't miss Moon Knight. What happens next? Welcome to the exciting conclusion of this comic.
Yeah, I read that by the end of this, like I said, throughout the comic, he believes he's Moon Knight. I believe he believes he's Moon Knight. I believe he could be Moon Knight, but I don't know for sure. And at the end of this, he's like questioning it, and he's right there with us as readers, questioning whether or not he really is Moon Knight. So I am for sure really wanting to read the next issue. I want to
see Moon Knight number 1.
Yeah, I've never read any Moon Knight before.
Is this the first ever Moon Knight ever?
No.
Oh.
There are other series. This comic really keeps you on your feet. You really you have to pay attention, or else you kind of, you know what I mean.
On your feet.
Why are you? What do feet have to be anything? You're on your feet. You're paying attention. You have to focus.
You have to be standing to focus.
That was funny. I get it. It's a play on words.
No, I don't. Yeah. I wasn't a play on anything. You said it keeps you on your feet. I'm just trying to understand what keeping you on your feet means.
Yeah.
Like on the edge of your seat, I kind of get that saying, but keeping you on your feet.
You really don't know what to expect to happen next in this comic. The art, I thought was absolutely... Can we pause so I can cough it out here?
Yeah.
You didn't pause. This isn't good. Alright, let's fight through it.
Alright, good.
Are we going? Okay.
I already was.
I hate you.
I hate you.
The panels in this are set up really weird.
I gotta be honest, at first I kind of hated it, but I don't mind it now.
I think it plays into the whole, like, he's insane thing.
Yeah, it grew on me.
And they kind of scatter it, so you feel a little scattered, you feel a little, what's the word? I don't know.
I think it got better, though. Like, for example, this stuff and this... I think this looks like shit compared to, like, this stuff here.
Okay, I don't like that page where he has that flashback of all the different lives that he could have had.
That?
Yeah.
I think that's dumb.
But the rest of it, I love.
I don't like this stuff either. Like, I don't like anything until after that. Then I think it gets fine. I think it's fine after that stuff.
Yeah. There's... the white borders are really heavy.
Yeah.
So, like, there's this, I don't know, this weird...
ejaculate?
Weird, like, fucking tone.
Yeah.
Like, this weird loneliness tone. So I think that's kind of a reflection on how he's feeling in the mental ward, lonely, like he has no friends, no help in there. So I think it might be some sort of Dude,
like a subliminal, like...
Not subliminal, I don't know, like a parallel, like some sort of literal parallel.
Yeah, now you're just confusing me. I don't know what any of that means.
Dude, I don't fucking know. Anyway, I had a lot of fun reading this. I really want to see what happens. I want to know if he's crazy, if he's Moon Knight, whatever.
So this is clearly a drop it.
Yeah.
I got confused. Yeah. This is a shelf it for sure.
I put shelf it for days! Exclamation point.
You don't want to shelf stuff for like an hour and you get rid of it?
Shelf it for days.
I don't understand what that means.
It means I'm going to say shelf it 27 times. 27
Oh,
times
you're just going to keep saying the word shelf it.
Shelf it, shelf it, shelf it, shelf it, shelf it.
Anything else to add?
Let's do Max Steel.
Alright, well how about first we take our break and we finish up with this segment. So we will be back. That was Gable's comment. We'll be back with some movie reviews.
That was long.
Yeah. Like you sit there and you say, come on, let's go, and I'm recording, you're not even saying anything.
It's because you hit record and you're not like, hey Gable, I'm going to start recording now.
Maybe you should open your eyes.
Maybe I should talk louder because I talk like a little bitch.
Yeah, maybe you should turn around, Bright Eyes. Hey, you know what we should do now?
Throw pennies at homeless people.
Wait, what'd you say? Throw pennies
at homeless
people? Dude, that's what I was gonna. I thought you were gonna say something else.
Oh, cool.
You're seeing like light bulbs on fire and stuff. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
would you ever do that?
No. Do you ever see the Bling Bling's crack pipe?
No.
Bling Bling. Dude, there's this video where they would like fucking take this guy who's like a crackhead, and they take his pipe, and they put it on the ground, and they like tied him to a basketball hoop, and they said they'd give him so much money if he went this long without grabbing the crack pipe. And he's there, and he's trying to reach for the crack pipe on the ground, and he almost gets it. And as soon as he's about to get it, the guy who's recording walks up and moves it further. So he's just trying to get his crack pipe this entire video. This is a real bum that they used to like pay to like do shit on YouTube.
I'm confused. They said that if he could go so long without getting, they would pay him.
But
they're moving it away from him. He's not getting the option to try and...
Right, I think they just wanted the entertainment of him trying to reach for it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You should stop doing crack, that's the thing.
I think he used to do bum fights.
Really?
Yeah. There was a whole bunch of shit they had him do. Like, they paid for him to do, like, bungee jumping, I think. Yeah, crackhead.
Would you ever do bungee jumping?
For crack, I would.
I mean, for free.
No, it'd have to be for crack.
What about would you ever go skydiving for real?
No.
Really?
It's not worth the risk.
I mean, but I doubt like hardly anyone ever dies from it. That's the thing.
It's not worth the risk.
You don't think you would enjoy it?
No.
Now, you get scared whenever you turn around and someone's standing there. I can imagine like skydiving. You probably pissed yourself.
Dude, I don't know.
Let's review some movies.
You know who did skydive? All the Power Rangers in the Power Ranger movie.
I remember
I'll skydive as a Power Ranger. If you dress me up as a Power Ranger and buy my skydiving session, I will go skydiving.
What, like all by yourself?
It's
like
documented right there.
You're the lone Green Ranger just jumping all alone, all by himself.
He was the White Ranger in that movie. You better get your shit together.
The Power Ranger sucks. Hey, let's talk. That was rude. That's like just saying Jason sucks. That was mean. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I don't hate the Power Rangers. I really don't.
Okay, good.
Okay, so we're going to do some movie reviews here. You ready for some movie reviews? Alright, let's do this, baby. Let's review some movies. Our first movie this week is going to be The Accountant, which you saw.
Yeah, you're going first on this for sure.
Why?
Well, I didn't see The Accountant.
That's a good reason. Let's read a synopsis. Christian Wolf has autism.
Oh wait, I have a quick question. You didn't happen to get a synopsis for?
Yes.
Yes.
So as I'm reading the synopsis, it mentions nowhere in the synopsis that he has autism or anything like that, and I'm like, it's really vital. It's like vital to his character, but it doesn't say it. So I'm writing the synopsis and trying to make it like work in that he has autism, and it just sounds awkward. And I'm just like, fuck it. Christian Wolf has autism. That's what I wrote.
That works.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound weird though.
Okay, good. He's a mathematics savant with more affinity for numbers than people. Using a small town CPA office as a cover, He makes his living as a freelance accountant for dangerous criminal organizations. Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah, I am.
With a treasury agent hot on his heels, Christian takes on a state-of-the-art robotics company as a legitimate client. As Wolf gets closer to the truth about his discrepancy that involves millions of dollars, the body count starts to rise. This movie is what we're going to review. Now I'm going to review it. Are you ready for this?
No.
Ben Affleck is the greatest human being ever.
That's exciting.
I love Ben Affleck a lot.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, his performance is amazing as usual.
Was he as good in this as he was in Batman vs Superman?
I think he was better in this, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. Batman vs Superman sucked. Although he did
good
do good in that. Actually,
he was good in it. But they do a good job in the movie, making you like him. Like in the first scene. In the first scene, he's in his CPA office, and there's these two fucking locals, these two farmers who are going to lose their house, and they don't have any money. So he's working all these loopholes to find them extra ways of getting money with their taxes and help them out and stuff like that. So you're like, hey, he's a good guy. I like that guy.
I need to meet that guy.
He's a nice guy. He'd help me out. There's a lot of character stuff with him in the beginning, which I loved. It was really great. I like a lot of character development, stuff like that, which seems to be lacking in a lot of movies lately.
Nice.
I like that they didn't give all the background character stuff away in the beginning. They kind of did it throughout the movie with flashbacks. Like, it starts off, you don't know much about him. They keep doing flashbacks, so you learn more and more. Although, later in the movie, I have a complaint about the character background stuff, which I'll cover later. But they don't really reveal his motivations until later on, which kept you invested in wanting to know more about him, which was good. So that was all well done. Anna Kendrick's character, I thoroughly enjoyed. My favorite part of the movie was the stuff with him and Anna Kendrick's character, who is Dana. I love the dynamic.
I forgot she was even in this movie.
Yeah, dude, I loved it. Like all the stuff with him and Dana, like I just fucking loved it. It was great. I just love their stuff. It was really well written, well performed. She's really hot, and I'd enjoy fucking her too. That helped. Yeah, I just kept thinking about wanting to fuck her when I was watching it. John Bernthal's in this film.
Yeah.
He plays Brax the Destroyer. It was really cool.
Brax? No, he's not. No, he's fucking not. I was paying attention this time.
That's Drax, not Brax, but his character's name is Brax. He plays Brax. It was really cool. He's a hitman. Like
Brett?
Yeah, like Brett the Hitman Hart, exactly.
I did it.
You did good, kid. You did good.
You got a fist bump.
Yeah, bumped it. But Christian's working for this company. They hire him to try to figure out why they're losing all this money. And Bernthal's character is a hitman that the company also hires. Or not the company, the guy at the company hires as well. But he's really cool. He's like not really your average hitman. He has no problem shooting people and killing them. But there's a scene where he's going to go kill this guy in his home. Like the guy's there with his family, and he brings him in the kitchen. He's like, "Look, dude, we can either kill you, or you can just overdose on insulin and make it look like an accident. So your family's going to get their insurance and whatnot, and they'll be better off that way." Mm-hmm. And then he's like, "Or you cannot do that, and I'll do all kinds of stuff with your wife you're not going to want to hear about." He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted." He's like, "But yeah, so that's what you want to do." So he lets the guy just basically kill himself, make it look like a suicide. Which is kind of cool. It was like interesting, not just like your hitman that walks in and shoots him, you know?
Yeah.
It's a different take on it, which is kind of cool. Unique character. But like I said before, I love the stuff with Christian and Dana. There's a scene where there wasn't a lot of it though. Like there's a scene where the hitman's after Dana and Christian takes her and keeps her safe, puts her in a hotel room. And there's a scene where he ends up leaving her because his dad told him that sooner or later people are going to be scared of him. So he leaves her a note saying she deserves better. And I'm just like, no. Why? Why is he leaving her? I like them. I want them to be happy and fuck maybe or something. Maybe I'll see a titty. One of Kendrick's titties or something. But I was kind of bummed about that. But like you slowly see as the movie goes on that Christian has like more and more just fucking like he's a really good like shooter. Like he's good with guns. He's really good with like hand-to-hand shit and just fucking kicking people's ass. And you're like, this autistic fella here really kicks some ass in this movie. It's pretty cool. But there's a scene. This is where the movie like dropped a peg, I think, in my opinion. Because I fucking loved it at this point. There's a scene where they give the rest of Christian's background and explain everything else all in the same scene. It was just tons of fucking exposition. Just way too much at once. Like, I guess he was in the military, which doesn't really make sense because he has autism and you can't be in the military. It's a medical condition. They wouldn't let him in.
You looked that up?
What's that? Yeah, you can't join the military. Yeah, you can't join the military. It's a medical condition. They wouldn't let you in the military with autism.
That's weird.
And they also reveal how he's connected to the treasury agent that's searching for him, which was like a big long thing. They explain all that. Like throughout the movie, he's talking to someone on the phone that tells him he should be taking jobs. This person can like change VIN numbers on cards, completely change his identity. But I guess the person just works for him, and it just seems weird. I guess he hired this person that could do all this stuff for him. I'm like, and this is all in one scene. They're explaining all this shit, and I'm like, fucking overload, man. Like they're saying all this stuff at once. That thing with the person that works for him that does stuff on the phone just wasn't explained well at all. It was really weird.
I would have lost my train of thought.
Yeah, and then I guess he has this person that works for him give info on all these shady people he does jobs for to the authorities so they can get caught. I think that's what they said he does. He like kind of gives information about these organizations that he's working for that are bad after he does the bookwork for him as an accountant and gets paid. Like kind of turns them in and rats them out. And then I guess he also that explanation was a little bit fugazi, but he also donates most of the money he makes to like neurological foundations to like help with autism, stuff like that. All of this stuff in the same scene. Like my problem was like any of the stuff they explained in the scene that had to do with his background, they should have just done throughout the movie like they were doing with his other stuff. You know what I mean? Like all the stuff with him in that scene, if it would have been not done there and done throughout the movie, it'd have been way less all at once. You know what I mean? It'd been easier to take in. Yeah. And you could have explained all this other shit that wasn't his background, and it might not have been a fucking sensory overload. But,
sensories.
Yeah, it was just so much to take in at once, and it was really off-putting. Like, but I guess after I was talking to someone else about this movie, yeah, that's a big difference in notes there.
I don't
so
like notes.
I was talking to someone else about this movie, and apparently they're saying that at the end of the movie, it turns out the girl on the phone was this autistic girl he met when he was younger. That like is it this like fucking place that he funds to help people with autism? And I was like, I didn't really get that, but the girl was trying to explain it to me. I was like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess that was her, but I didn't catch it at all. So clearly, they didn't do a good job with that either, because I didn't notice that. But
too much going on at once.
It was way too much. There was also a big reveal at the end of the movie that was really predictable. So in all the flashbacks, when they're showing him as younger and stuff with it's Christian and his brother in all the flashbacks. Anything in present, they don't show his brother or even mention him. So you're just like, you have no idea what happened to his brother. And then there's this hitman that you don't know his background. He's trying to kill him. I'm like, that's going to be his fucking brother. This is really predictable.
Dave, was it his brother?
It was his brother. It just turned out to be his brother. I'm like, that was really predictable. And the ending, I absolutely hated the ending.
That wasn't loud at all.
No, can you turn it up?
Yeah, well, I'll wait till next opportunity rolls
around. But I really hated the ending. That was so pathetic.
So contrived.
I really hated the ending. Now, see, here's the key, though. You are terrible at multitasking.
I'm listening still.
No, I get that, but you're going to have to try and make sure that you can work that and listen and pay attention.
Well,
it's going to be quite a task for you.
Okay.
You think you're going to be able to do it?
What?
Oh, boy. You played a joke.
I did.
You played a joke.
I did. I played a joke.
But I hated the ending. Okay. You did it. But I hated the ending of the movie. Basically what happens at the end of the movie is, remember how I told you, this is like not even, maybe halfway through, probably like 2/3 through the movie, he leaves her in the hotel and says, you know, you're better off without me or whatever, and he leaves her. Mm-hmm. He doesn't see her again after that. Like, it's the last he sees of her in the movie. I'm like, really? You kidding me? So at the end of the movie, he ends up mailing her this painting that he has that she loved, and she's like all fucking happy and all smiles, and they show him driving away, and he's all happy because, you know, he sent her, but I'm like, this is fucking dumb. The poor fucking lonely guy that has known his whole fucking life needs the fucking pussy at the end of the movie. He should be fucking her. He should get her at the end of the movie.
Instead, he just sent her a painting.
He sent her a painting, and then he just drives away and starts, like, moves on and starts over again. I'm like, this is dumb. So, he should have ended up with the girl. Lonely. Yeah, I was like, he should have ended up with the girl at the end. It really pissed me off.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. So I rated this movie a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
Yeah, it would have
be good.
Yeah, but it would have definitely got higher if not for the ending, and where it just got fucking all clunky with all the exposition. For sure.
Nice.
But That's my review of The Accountant. Okay, you also need to work on touching it so it works the first time you do it.
I miss it.
Yeah, you're not very good at that. That's a problem. Okay, and you also should use the proper ones. It'll be funnier.
Yeah, that was just a mic check.
All right, let's do some Max Steel. You ready, dude?
Max Steel.
Synopsis: Max McGrath. Great name. Max McGrath discovers... He sounds like a country singer. Max McGrath discovers that his body can generate the most powerful energy in the universe. How does he know it's the most powerful energy in the universe? He's only been on Earth.
There's more flaws than that. Let's keep going.
Steel is a funny, slightly rebellious, techno-organic extraterrestrial who wants to utilize Max's skills. When the two meet, they combine together to become Max Steel, a superhero with unmatched strength on Earth. They soon learn to rely on each other when Max Steel must square off against an unstoppable enemy from another galaxy. That's actually not accurate. He really doesn't square off against it's the person.
No, it's just some other guy.
He does square off against enemies from another galaxy during the movie, but...
I mean, it's not really like the big... Dude, there was like no big build-up for me in this movie. There was like no like, oh my god, this is the big final fight. It was just like...
Let me just start this by saying, the beginning of the movie, I hated the overdramatic score throughout the whole beginning, where he's unpacking, it's like... I'm like, dude, he's unpacking his fucking clothes. I'm like, you need to calm down. The whole opening, before the title, had music nonstop in the background, dramatic music. I'm like, calm the fuck down.
I didn't even notice that.
It annoyed the fuck out of me. You remember Dark Knight Rises, where they basically played like score music the entire film nonstop? It was awful. It was awful. But that annoyed me. But what do you got?
Okay, so as soon as you meet Andy Garcia's character in this movie,
yeah, I have a note about that too.
Literally the second he comes on screen, I'm like, bad guy.
Yeah, I sit right here, instantly knew Miles was the bad guy the moment he's introduced. You can just tell.
Right then. Dude, it's the fucking actor. Andy Garcia just seems like such a bad guy.
Always plays bad guys.
From what I mean, I can't name anything else he's in, but I feel like I've seen him before as a bad guy in something.
I'm not sure why, but the movie just pissed me off as I was watching it. I was just getting angry.
I thought I was going to be like that this entire movie, but I actually was pleasantly surprised, and I kept I was entertained the entire time. Like,
there's because I was thinking this as I was watching it, so I made a note of it. Like, I wanted Max to die. Like when he was testing his powers on the electronics in the woods, I was hoping several clowns would like butt rape him and kill him.
Dude,
I wanted him to get butt raped before he died.
I really thought that fucking robot was going to be really annoying throughout the movie.
I
remember in the trailer, he was really annoying in the trailer. I'm like, this voice sounds really fucking like...
I found him annoying, but not as annoying as I thought I would. I thought he would be worse, but I thought Max and Steel were both really annoying, which was unfortunate for a movie called Max Steel.
Dude, there are even times where I even chuckled at things that what's his name, Steel said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought they were both annoying.
What do you think about the CG? I thought it was at least well done.
Yeah, I had no problem with the CG.
I thought the visuals in this movie looked really good, especially like the parts where he was first discovering his powers, or that badass tornado thing. Yeah. That tornado was real cool to look at.
I felt like the tornado was just a way of making the bad guys or aliens seem really epic with showing nothing.
Yeah, that's really
That's what
good
it
point.
seemed like to me.
It still looked cool though.
It did look cool. Yeah, it definitely did. But I was just like,
it's a cop out for a bad guy.
I was waiting. Like, all right, what's going to be inside? I'm like, cool. It's a red steel. It's a red version of steel. Yeah, I was like, well, that's kind of bummer.
Yeah, but yeah, like I was saying, even like the merging though with between Max and Steel, kind of like visually looked cool.
Oh yeah, I had no problem with the visuals at all. I liked how his mom could have just explained everything and would have saved all this trouble. Yeah, but she didn't because he probably wasn't ready. Like whatever.
And just the shit, like the information with her mom, his mom just felt really weird. Like I definitely feel like you're right. You should have told him something. Yeah, you don't just like let like this kid who potentially has superpowers
and is gonna blow up and die
and could blow up and die. Yeah, you would think you'd show a little more concern than that. Yeah, I feel like so he was an alien, right?
Yeah.
I remember thinking throughout the whole beginning of this movie, I'm like, oh, so he's going to be a lab experiment. He's going to be some sort of lab experiment. His dad, maybe, tested something on him or something. And I don't know. I just felt a little let down that they did all this work around the lab. The lab scene. Yeah. And he was just an alien. Do you get what I'm saying? I do get what you're saying.
I wasn't thinking that, but I also... The whole thing with him being an alien just felt weird to me. Maybe it's because of what you're saying.
It definitely felt a little...
It was like, oh, he's an alien. Oh, okay.
Dude, I don't... So his dad's an alien, and these...
It seemed out of nowhere. All of a sudden, oh, he's an alien.
Yeah.
It seemed it was just out of nowhere.
Yeah, it didn't... There weren't really... I don't know.
Do you have a note about stealth mode I think I saw?
We'll get there. That's later on.
Okay, because I have one too. You gonna finger me?
What were we talking about?
Talking about him being an alien, his dad.
Oh yeah. So these things, these red things, the red steels. I think there's a name for them.
There was. I don't have it.
I may have put it. Let me read a little further. And I think I put it in my notes, but whenever I translated this to paper, I don't think I.
You transferred it.
You
translated it from the digital language to the paper language.
Yeah.
Let's give up on the name. Let's go ahead and just move on to the next.
Yeah. I focused way too hard.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah, but I thought that since they were after his dad, and his dad's all about protecting Earth, why didn't he leave Earth if it was that important to him to protect Earth? The whole reason of the whole thing that he's protecting Earth from is these robots
that are only after him.
So it's kind of like a paradox.
I didn't think of that. That's a really good point. I didn't think of that.
It's a paradox of itself.
It's a catch-22.
It's a catch, whatever you say.
Did they ever really explain why he wanted to protect Earth?
No, like I said,
he's like, it's my gig.
He's protecting Earth from these robots who are attacking Earth because he's protecting Earth.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't really make much sense to me.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can we get to stealth mode or you got something else?
I don't know. You give me something first.
Okay, stealth. The next thing I have is stealth mode, though.
Oh, yeah, well, okay. So I'll just jump right to that then.
I wonder if your note's going to be similar to mine.
So, whenever they're in the fight at the end with Andy Garcia, right? That's when this comes up?
Yeah.
He lets him know that he is stealth mode. There's a whole scene that revolves around them trying to get away from people who are chasing them. Why didn't they just use stealth mode then?
I'm gonna read my note here for exactly word for word. So he has stealth mode. Well, hold on a second here.
Okay.
Anyways, I was saying. So my note says word for word. So he has stealth mode. Perhaps you should lead with that and always use it, jackass.
Yeah.
He goes to use stealth mode in this fight, never uses it again, and he didn't use it in the beginning of the fight. And like you said, why didn't he use it earlier?
A lot of the stuff, the powers that he had, were kind of written off for them not using it as the whole.
He didn't have the energy.
Still can't remember. He can't remember, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, it seems like a pretty lame excuse. I don't know. It seemed like they're cop out for adding more powers to them as they're going.
Okay, this is probably what annoyed me most about this movie. At the end of the movie, when they're fighting fucking Miles, okay, and he's down and about to get beat, there's a flashback that happens, and Steel goes, "Max, I remember." I'm like, oh shit, because Steel's down and out, or Max is down and out, and Steel remembers something that's going to help him defeat him. He's like, "Max, I remember." And what does he remember? You were a baby and had fucking parents, and they held you. Who fucking cares? That's all they showed.
Oh, fuck.
He's like, "Max, I remember." They show him as a baby who had parents, and that's all they show. And then he comes back, and then after the flashback, where he finds out he was a baby and he had parents, he just knows what to do now and how to stop Miles because he found out he was a baby and had parents. I'm like, that was fucking retarded. Yeah. It was completely pointless and made no sense.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of flaws with it. How did you feel about the final fight?
I guess it looked okay.
Like I was saying earlier, there was like no like build, like it didn't
the
really
end of it
climactic.
The end of it was very anticlimactic. I'm like, that was it. That's the end.
Yeah. Like there was no like big twist. Like, well, I guess the big twist was supposed to be Andy Garcia's the bad guy. But I didn't get that.
The big twist is that he was a baby and had parents. Gable.
Dude, I was thinking fucking Ant-Man the whole time because in Ant-Man's movie, the big fight at the end is, well, Ant-Man has this suit, and the bad guy
has a cooler suit.
Has the same suit that's slightly cooler.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the end of this movie was.
It was.
I even wrote that as soon as Andy Garcia revealed himself as the bad guy in the movie, which I guess I already knew, but whatever. Yeah. It kicked a thought in my head. I'm like, this is gonna be like Ant-Man, where they're just gonna have the same fucking powers, and he has his own steel, huh?
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Did you not like you liked the first Iron Man, didn't you? The ending was basically the same of Iron Man. Iron Man has a suit, and the other dude just has a bigger suit. They just fought.
I remember. I just watched this too.
Oh, really? Alright, so
I don't know, there's something different about it that wasn't as shitty as this.
So I
can't explain it.
What did you rate this movie?
I give this movie 5 out of 10.
I gave it a 2.5 out of 10.
This was very in the middle for me. I was like, I didn't hate this movie, but I didn't love this movie either.
This was very below the middle for me. Yeah.
Would you give it a 2?
2.5
out of 10. That's very specific. Okay.
All right, what's next?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh,
Little Gina.
Okay.
Big Trouble in Little Gina.
You ready for the synopsis?
Here it comes.
That wasn't fitting.
It's kind of cool. It's coming. Here it comes. Bam.
And it just dropped. We're dropping the synopsis.
We're dropping that synopsis.
Okay, that's not it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Hard-boiled truck driver Jack Burton gets caught in a bizarre conflict within and underneath San Francisco's Chinatown. An ancient Chinese prince and Chinatown crime lord has kidnapped a beautiful green-eyed woman who's the fiancée of Jack's good friend. It said best friend, but I changed it to good friend. I don't think he was his best friend. Jack must help his friend rescue the girl before the evil Lo Pan uses her to break the ancient curse that keeps him a fleshless and immortal spirit. Let's do this.
Alrighty. You lead off.
I think Jack's character is fucking awesome.
I wrote Asian chick is really hot.
I'm getting there. Jack's character was awesome. I thought he was really fucking funny. I thought Kurt Russell did an amazing job with the character.
His character was... I don't know how to explain it. He was just like this fucking leader of testosterone.
He was a badass. He was a badass. He was sarcastic and hilarious. He was fucking stupid at times. It was funny.
Dude, a perfect summary of his character is when he's like... At the very beginning, when he's in the truck talking on the thing, he's like, you know what old Jack tells him? Jack, did you pay your dues? The check is in the mail. I fucking love that quote.
Yeah, it was funny. He did a great job. I mentioned before about this, and I even mentioned this specific movie when I watched it before. This movie is an example of how great older movies are in regards to how they look without having shaky cam and quick cuts and just shitty directing. Like, the action scenes are amazing. You can see what the fuck's going on.
It's a gold standard that we cannot uphold.
I wish new movies were like this. Like, it's not quick cuts. You can see it.
Just think about this movie. The listeners who are still listening at this point. Think about this movie. Think about how unshaky the camera is. Now go watch Transformers.
Not only that, but
put a gun in your mouth.
Take a movie that you really liked, an action movie now, and fucking change it to this style of directing. It's going to be a fucking 10 probably, because it's going to be that much better.
Yeah.
Like, if you could take, like, the Captain America movies, which I can tolerate the shaky cam in the second and the third ones because I like the movies so much. If they were like this, they would be fucking 10s. Like, I would fucking love them.
Yeah, dude, this was a really good movie. I didn't put a rating though, but I already know what it's gonna be.
My next note is there's plenty of Asian chicks in this movie that I would be happy to put my wiener in.
Dude, there was this part where like they jump in the water and swim underwater, and like Dave probably likes this part because you can see her butt sort of.
I did. I liked it.
Yeah.
And John Carpenter is just such an awesome director. Always makes great movies. Everything he makes is just great.
The writing for this was fantastic.
He didn't write it, which was surprising. Normally he writes and directs all his movies. Yeah.
Cool.
But he didn't write it. But
yeah, I was gonna comment. Whoever wrote the relationship between Jack and I can't remember the Asian guy's name.
The Asian guy.
The good friend that.
Wang.
Yeah. Dude, I really love their relationship. Their jokey relationship throughout this.
It was kind of odd though that like it starts off with they're like betting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are they friends? They're not. They seem like they're just they came across each other before or something.
Yeah, that's my exact thought. Yeah. I watched this twice because the first time I watched this, I was babysitting and I took no notes for it whatsoever. And the second time I was just like, I know they're friends, but even knowing that they were friends, it still felt they felt very distant in their relationship.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so I have a gripe with one scene. So the scene with the two girls, once it kidnaps both girls, in the room, they're all fucking face painted and dolled up and looking all Asian. So Lo Pan has them both standing there. This one guy spends about 40 minutes demonstrating his weapon skills in front of them.
Dude, I was like, this scene's unnecessary.
Like, before he just lays the weapons down in front of the two girls, then he proceeds to have another guy with swords do the same thing and then hand them to them. Like, well, who's he trying to impress? Like, what's the point of this?
Gods? Maybe it's like some sort of dance.
Maybe he's trying to impress either the girl he's gonna... One of the girls he's gonna marry and then just consistently rape. The other girl he's gonna just marry and then murder. I don't think he needs to impress either of them.
Dude, I wrote down in here, I was like, Lo Pan plays Fuck, Marry, Kill, but in real life. That's exactly what he's doing, except it's Marry, Kill.
And I also thought that any of these people that are doing magic in this movie should learn some like preventative, like some preemptive magic skills, like maybe like invincibility or healing, something that actually be useful to them.
Okay, I can see that. As opposed to it strictly being a weapon.
Yeah.
I thought the effects for their magic was really well done for the time period.
Yeah, especially for the time.
I'm still not sure whether or not it was a good effect or if it was just weird to me, but the one where his face closed, it looks weird. Do you know what I'm talking about? Lo Pan's face like starts glowing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then he opens his mouth and does the whole thing. I can't explain it, but it just something about it bothered me.
Yeah, it did seem kind of weird. I know what you're talking
about. The guy who played Lo Pan for me in this movie, he was probably my only issue I had with this movie. He seemed very...
The character was trying to... It seemed like the character was like very like... jokey and like not serious.
Stereotype.
Yeah, like
jokey stereotype. Yeah. I wanted him to. I would want him to have a more
serious,
either mysterious or sinister sounding voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just sounded like he was. I think the actors even played like in some comedic roles before. I swear I've seen him somewhere else.
I've seen him in stuff before. I can't remember, but I've definitely seen him in other stuff.
Or we might just be being racist. Who knows?
No, the guy I recognized him. I've definitely seen him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That fucking eyeball thing. That was another example of good effects in this movie.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
That I thought that was a little ahead of its time. What about? Did we ever really learn exactly what was going on with that special juice?
The one that they took?
Yeah.
My understanding was that like it just kind of made them a little stronger and better, and that's about it.
Okay, have you seen Space Jam before?
No.
There's a scene where they're losing to the Monstars, the alien basketball team.
Okay.
And Michael Jordan has the idea to give all the Looney Tunes are real down on their luck, and they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna lose," blah blah blah, and they're all like, "We suck." And then Mike's like, Michael Jordan's got this bottle, and it says Mike's special stuff on it.
Okay.
It's just a bottle of water, and he's like, "Why don't you guys all drink some of my special stuff? It'll make you play like me."
He tricked them.
It
was a placebo.
Dude, they come out on the fucking floor. Exactly, they come out on the fucking floor dominating.
Like, I can't even begin to tell you the amount of things that guy was in.
The Asian guy?
Yes, he's in a ton of shit.
Was he in that ping pong movie?
He does a lot of voice work. Like, he's in all the Kung Fu Pandas, he's in Star Wars Rebels, he does a lot of voice work. What'd you say?
Was he in that pink Balls of Fury?
Yes, he was in Balls of Fury.
Okay, that might be what I was thinking.
He's in a lot of stuff. The part where they're starting that big fight at the end, and Jack shoots the ceiling and it falls and knocks him out, that was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny, but I'm like ready for the fight at this point.
Yeah.
I was kind of taken out of it.
You were like, oh.
Granted, it was funny, but I was like, what the fuck? He's the only guy with a gun, and he gets knocked out.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, why don't they all have guns? If the gun's so effective, why don't they all have guns? Like, there was just thing after thing of like why Jack can't fight. Like, he gets his boot knife stuck in the one guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, why isn't he fighting more people? He's done nothing but get knocked out and lay on the floor so far.
I think it's supposed to be kind of how his character is. Like, he's just badass, but he's also kind of just like clumsy, and like it's kind of that's how his character's supposed to be. But
I would have been more like, if he would have been more Rambo, I would have been more impressed. I don't know.
I liked at the end when he throws the knife at the end. And he kills the pan with it. It's like a nice callback to the beginning when he references like the great reflexes when he catches the bottle.
Oh yeah,
and he catches the bottle. He's like reflexes, and he throws the knife, and he's like reflexes. He says it again. It's a cool little callback. I like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The last thing that I wrote in here that I really, really enjoyed was whenever he just got off the elevator with what's her name?
The actress?
Gracie.
Yeah, Gracie.
Gracie. He just got off the elevator with Gracie, and they were making out and shit. And he goes into that room with like Lopan and shit, and he has lipstick all over his face.
Yeah.
But he's doing this like Jack style rant while he's doing it. I'm like, this is fucking great.
Yeah, and I was waiting for someone to point it out, and they didn't, which made it even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
He like got on his teeth and on his mouth. I'm like, what the fuck?
So what'd you rate this film?
Dude, I would give this
I gave it a 7.
I was trying to decide whether or not it's worthy of a 9. It's definitely an 8. I'll give it a 9. You
don't do the points, huh? I do points.
I don't have many flaws with this movie. The only, like I said, the only one was the that guy. That guy was the only thing that took me out.
Yeah, I gave it a nice solid 7.
I'll give it a 9.
That's a good one. Well, that's it for our movie reviews for this week.
Yeah, top 5's coming up next.
Yeah, dude. All right, bitches, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
Top 5 franchises.
Yeah. And here we are. We're back. We're back again.
Top 5.
We're here to do stuff. We're here to. Gable gave me oral during the break.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Interesting. That's it? It was interesting?
Yeah, we're going to leave it at that.
Why was it just interesting?
It was interesting.
I think it was better than interesting. I thought you did a pretty good job since you're so tired.
It was interesting.
Really put some work into it. You worked in throat muscles.
Really interesting.
Gable can deep throat. Let's you want to do? You want to do the top 5 now?
Yeah. Is there anything else that we do besides top 5?
No, dude.
Oh, cool. Let's do it then.
I don't know if we have any random stuff to talk about this week, but we're just going to do top 5, and let's get the top 5 going. Alright, here it is. Top 5. This week is top 5 movie franchises. Nothing was easy about this one, I'll tell you that. First, before we do that, we owe Brooks an apology because you somehow lost his top 5 comic book movies. I blame you somehow.
I hate myself. I'm going to end it all.
This is all your fault, sir.
I'm going to end it all.
All your fault for some reason. So, Brooks is at Captain America with 2 A's at the end. Brooks' top 5 comic book movies. Number 5. Deadpool. Pretty low on the list. Number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy.
It wasn't better than Deadpool.
Yeah, it was. My number 1 was Guardians, sucker. My number 2 is Deadpool. Number 3 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original. Ninja Turtles, the original.
That was actually really good.
Batman '89, the original one. That's a really good movie. We reviewed that.
That one's definitely not as good as Deadpool, but I can appreciate it.
Number 1, Civil War. Yes?
Deadpool was still better.
You suck, dude. Yeah, says the guy who didn't even have it on his fucking list.
Yeah. That was the other thing.
No.
That wasn't the top 5 superheroes.
It was top 5 comic book movies. You didn't mention Deadpool. You forgot it.
No, because it was the same list that had Iron Giant on it, I thought.
No, you're wrong.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, that was the recent one. That wasn't that long ago.
That's a good list. I like that list. I would have.
Brooks, you need to tweet us and tell us which one's right. Did he forget Deadpool in the top 5 comic book movies or top 5 superhero movies? Pretty sure it was comic book movies.
Aren't they the same?
No, it was top 5 superheroes, not superhero movies. What the fuck did you have Iron Giant in? Was that animated movies?
Animated.
You know what the fuck you're talking about. I told you it was comic book movies. Alright, disregard that request for a tweet. We've been proven that Dave was right.
I'm going to end it all.
Alright, so here we go with our top 5 movie franchises. Number 5 for Dave. Not for Dave. We're going to do Dave first. He's better. Number 5, the Saw movies. Bro, I love the Saw movies. Love them. I remember when each new one was coming out, I would rewatch every one before it all in a row. I did that like 5 times.
Which one's your favorite?
The favorite is...
We're going to do this as we're going. We're going to pick a favorite one.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You're smart. My favorite Saw movie would be probably Saw 2.
Saw 2?
Yeah.
Is there a least favorite?
5. By far. 5. Let's do favorite and least favorite.
Yeah,
Good thinking.
this is fun.
By far, 5 is the worst. I'd say probably 2 is my favorite. Alright, what's your number 5?
Toy Story.
Dude, I thought about that one, and I didn't even put it on my honorable mentions or nothing.
Dude, my favorite one, the one that I can watch over and over and over again, is Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
I really like Toy Story 2.
That's my least favorite one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
What's your
I like all of them a lot, so it's hard to pick. I don't...
You got it.
I guess. Well, if I kill the first one, there's no second one or third one. Wait, this isn't Fuck, Marry, Kill.
You're really confused.
I guess the third one.
Wow. Okay.
Even though the third one's the only one that makes me like bawl like a baby.
Yeah. Number 4 for Dave is Star Wars.
Star Wars?
Star Wars. What's there to say? Star Wars is great.
Star Wars is fantastic. Too. I'm surprised it's this low on the list.
Then
again, you got horror movies.
There's stuff I love more than Star Wars.
I know. I should have held my tongue.
Star Wars, my number 1 would be Star Wars, New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my favorite, would be New Hope. My least favorite would probably be Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Episode 2 is your least favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though Episode 1 had a lot of Jar Jar, I like Episode 1 a lot. Like, I like the story. I like the story a lot, with the exception of Jar Jar. I like the character stuff. The fucking dude, the lightsaber battle at the end, so fucking great.
Yeah, I can actually see Episode 2 being. You're right. It's a little more boring. Isn't that a little more like Senate-y type stuff?
So, yeah.
And there's like all that investigating.
There's a lot of investigating going on. Yeah.
It's a little slower compared to the other ones.
That's
okay,
it.
You know what? I can definitely agree with that.
Yes, I win.
I agree with that.
All right, Gable, you're number 4.
My number 4 is Batman.
Oh. You got a lot to choose from here.
Although there's been so many Batman movies, I am sad to inform you that I don't have like a Batman movie that I'm like, that's the fucking Batman movie. Right. I just, as a whole, I enjoy them equally as much. And I enjoy watching them, but there's not a Batman movie that exists where I'm like, that one's fucking awesome. Except, I guess the closest thing would be the Dark Knight one. The Dark Knight would be my favorite.
Dark Knight's definitely my favorite if I had to choose.
And then, this is another hard one.
That's easy for me.
I'm not going to say Batman and Robin, even though I feel like that's what you would say.
I would pick.
Really? Okay, good, because I like the whole Mr. Freeze.
I can't believe you don't know what I would say is the worst Batman
movie. Dark Knight Rises.
Yes, by far.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises is pretty shitty.
Was that your least favorite?
I was going to say Batman vs. Superman.
That's true, that's a Batman movie.
Well, wait, is Suicide Squad a Batman movie?
No.
Okay, then it's Batman vs. Superman.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I would definitely be Dark Knight Rises.
Even though he was the only good thing about that movie, there's just so many so many bad things that just overshadow him in that movie.
All right, my number 3 is Back to the Future. I've seen those movies so many fucking times and can quote so much. Like,
now pick one that you hate. Pick the least favorite one.
My least favorite one is Part 3.
Damn it.
It's not that hard to pick it.
Made it easy for you.
Yeah, my favorite is Part 2.
That's considered a Western, isn't it? That third one?
Yeah.
Crazy. That's the only one I haven't seen.
Yeah, I love Back to the Future. I can sit there and I can just scenes. I'll just repeat scenes. I love it. Your number 3.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible franchise.
I feel like the least favorite one will be really easy because it's not with the main storyline. It would be the 4th one on Stranger Tides.
That one, yeah,
I liked it, but
but
so many people rip on it, and I feel like it's mainly because it didn't stick with that main story. Yeah. I still love the movie when I watched it. I didn't watch it when it came out in theaters for whatever reason. But whenever I did get around to watching it, and I heard everyone tell me how shitty it was, and I watched it, I was like, I don't understand what the issue here is.
It's your favorite.
So I guess that would be my least favorite. My favorite one is the first one.
Yeah, that one's great.
I've watched the first one many times.
Yeah. All right, my number 2 franchise is Star Trek.
Star Trek.
It's not surprising. Now, I have to pick from movies. I mean, I'm not going to talk about why I love me some Star Trek. Watching since I was a kid. I fucking love it. I love Star Trek.
Wrath of Khan's your favorite.
Fuck. No, I'd probably
the
say...
motion picture's your least favorite.
Can you do your next one and I get back to this?
Sure.
Okay.
My number 2 is Captain America.
That's some good shit right there.
Mm-hmm. None of those movies are bad in the slightest bit. My favorite one... my favorite one's... It has to be Civil War. Civil War was just really good. I really like that movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. How are you going to pick a least favorite there? They're all good.
God.
You got to pick the first one.
Yeah, I have to pick the first one because the second one, Winter Soldier, I'd fucking jerk off on.
Love it.
I love it.
Alright, okay, I'm getting back. Okay, my least favorite one would be the motion picture.
Uh-huh.
Even though I still like it.
Uh-huh.
I just don't like it as much as the other ones.
Uh-huh.
My favorite one, Generations. I guess. I don't know.
I hear a lot of people rip on the motion picture. Why is that?
They rip on it because the nickname is the motionless picture because it's very, very slow paced.
Really?
Like, so there's people are like, oh my god, there's like a 10-minute scene in the beginning where they just show the Enterprise. I mean, it's like 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes, but that's a long time just to be watching them showing a ship on screen. 2 minutes of just looking at a ship.
Yeah.
It's just music and showing the ship for 2 straight minutes, and it's a little much. And then there's scenes.
That was it.
Robert Wise, he did like Sound of Music.
So it wasn't the guy who did the episodes or anything.
No.
What's his name?
Robert Wise.
No, the guy who does
Gene Roddenberry.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah. It's the thing. The people, because it's just really slow paced, very, very slow paced. That's why people rip on it. But yeah, my favorite. I just say Generations because I'm just picking one. I don't know that it is there's probably 3 or 4 I could say are my favorites, but Generations. But anyway. My number 1 franchise of all time, Friday the 13th.
That's good.
What's that? What's that?
I wanted an anticlimactic response.
You're a real asshole.
It was fun.
You're an asshole.
Friday the 13th.
The only costume I have that I will dress up in is a Jason costume.
Oh boy.
I love Friday the 13th. Fucking love. My favorite is Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. And throughout this whole thing, I've been sitting here trying to figure out, as we were doing all these, what's my least favorite one? I've been preparing because I'm like, fuck. But then I forgot, oh yeah, Jason X. I fucking hate it. Jason X is my least favorite.
So I just realized something.
What?
Your favorite slasher movie is Friday the 13th.
Yes.
My favorite slasher is Freddy Krueger.
So we have to fight.
So we're Freddy versus Jason.
We have to fight.
Who won in the movie?
I mean, they made it end so technically no one won because Freddy was still alive, but it ended with Jason.
You consider one.
It ended with Jason walking off with Freddy's decapitated head. So in my opinion, clearly Jason won.
Fair enough.
But Freddy winks. That doesn't mean you're the winner, Freddy. It means your head's fucking still cut off. I have problems with that fucking movie.
Oh, you know what was really good that I was just thinking about?
What?
Fucking New Nightmare.
That movie's amazing.
I love New Nightmare.
Yeah.
That might even be. That's definitely better than the original.
I don't know about that.
The first one?
I like the first one.
Dude, I really like New Nightmare.
Dude,
I think New Nightmare could stand alone as a movie.
Freddy vs. Jason got a lot of flack. Fucking, do you remember in that movie when, you ever see it?
No, I have not.
There's a scene in the movie where the chick, Kelly, I think Rowland from Destiny's Child, she calls Jason a fag in a hockey mask. People got pissed that she said fag in the movie.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. But then Freddy said, how sweet, dark meat, and I'm like, yeah, she's black.
He got his revenge.
Yeah, so mine's Friday the 13th. You're number one.
Star Wars.
Oh.
Dude, I think Star Wars is just a really strong franchise, and it's hard to say that they're not like...
Depending on who you talk to.
Dude,
hardcore... My problem is most hardcore Star Wars fans are like, the prequels suck. So they're basically saying half of the franchise sucks.
Dude, I'm not saying... Like, I'm not going to say the prequels suck. I'm just going to say they're not... To me, they're different movies. They're just very different. They have different feels. Episode
7 is way more a Star Wars movie than the prequels. If you compare it to the originals.
Yes.
When you watch Episode 7, you feel like you're watching the original movies.
Yeah, the prequels aren't as Star Wars like. Like the essence isn't there.
Yeah.
But the franchise itself is just like so sacred. Like if whenever they thought about doing fucking Episode 7 and they decided to do it, they weren't going to fuck it up. There was no way they were going to half-ass it. Other franchises, they'll half-ass a movie just to get money out there. Do you think they're ever going to half-ass a Star Wars movie?
I mean, people will argue Episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Well, that's George Lucas. That's still George Lucas, though. That's just him being stupid.
Yeah.
That's just him taking technology to a whole nother level.
Yeah, dude. I think the reason Episode 7 was so great is because it just felt like they ripped off so many elements from the original, which isn't bad, but like there's so many things from the original. It's
definitely just like a lot of things similar.
They redid, but I think maybe they did it on purpose so they could get people.
Yeah, I think that maybe they did that just to bring in that initial
people that love the originals that were hurt by the originals.
They want them to feel the same,
as
they did before. And now that they have them, I think this Episode 8 or whatever, 8. I think that's going to kind of be more of its own thing.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to your Kyler Wins a Bitch. What are your honorable mentions? Do you even have any?
Am I doing all of them at once? Or?
Yes.
Alien.
Ooh.
Men in Black.
Really?
I really like Men in Black.
What?
I really like Men in Black.
I like the third one a lot.
Yeah, the third one's definitely really good.
You know, the end made no sense whatsoever in regards to his age. If you think about it,
I know, we've had this discussion.
That made no sense.
Evil Dead and The Conjuring. 2
of yours are on my honorable mentions. I have 6. I had a lot.
I'm ready.
Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Evil Dead, Alien, Predator, and Child's Play. Those are all my honorable mentions. Because I love them all. They're all basically horror and sci-fi. But I had to I couldn't just make my whole top 5 just horror movies. I mean... Oh, you knew Brooks' top 5 franchises now.
Let's do it.
Once again, at Captain America with 2 A's at the end. Number 5, Lord of the Rings. Which shocks the fuck out of me. Because I remember the first time I saw Fellowship of the Rings, it was me and Brooks. And he was like, we were both like, we might as well watch this fucking movie everyone loves so fucking much. And then we watched it and we were both just like, this movie fucking sucks. We both hated it. But actually, now that I think about it, I do remember after that, I guess he did watch them again and he liked them. So
and you watched it again and you still disliked it.
I watched the first one 2 to 3 times and still don't like it. So I gave it plenty of chances. I'm probably going to give it another chance too eventually. Number 4, Indiana Jones. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I have a confession to make.
Did you forget about it?
I've only seen the first one. And the first one and the last one.
I didn't see any of them until a couple of years ago.
Really?
So yeah. And I think, I mean, I'm not trying to rip on his top 5, but like, I think those movies are a little overrated just for me. Like, because I think the first, like, Temple of Doom I absolutely despise. Raiders of the Ark I like. Last Crusade I like. I even like the new one. But I mean, they're just not. I don't know. They're just not for me. But I mean, they're definitely fucking loved by a lot of fucking people. So you can't argue with having it on his list. He has number 3 is Star Wars. He put in parentheses that the prequels hurt the rating for him. So he has it number 3. Number 2, he has Captain America. Number 1, Back to the Future is his number 1 franchise. I can't argue with that. I love me some Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good top 5.
Guess what our top 5 is for next week?
Is it?
You have to guess. Depp? What?
Johnny Depp.
What are you talking, Johnny Depp? No, it's the top 5 breed of dogs that lick peanut butter off your balls.
Oh, I have a good... Dude, I can think of 16 right now.
That you have done.
Yes.
Okay. No, yeah, top 5 Johnny Depp movies. I like Johnny Depp a lot. I think he's a great actor.
Let's do that.
You like Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Johnny Depp.
I wonder what my number 1's going to be.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, so top 5 Johnny Depp movies for next week. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Wrap it before you tap it.
A couple of things we're going to get to, but we'll just save them for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll save
that all the way for next week, and by next week I mean tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we're recording it tomorrow. We're not releasing it for like 2 weeks.
Oh, shut up.
A week and 2 days.
Shut up.
You're just being mean.
Yeah.
You're being hurtful. All right, well, everyone have a good week. Go follow us on Twitter at Breakroom BS1. And check us out on SoundCloud. Breakroom BS is a page, and Breakroom Bullshit stream or download it. Okay, you're ripping right into the microphone everywhere. I'm trying to... All right. Well, everyone, you guys have a great week.
Have a blessed weekend.
Yeah, bye.